What's up, guys? Flashbang here. Honestly, the title of this video is a little misleading, but oh well. This is kind of my own version of the weekly slap, except it won't ever be weekly. Take my uploads, for example. I wish somebody would. But if you look at the weekly slaps as well, I guess this would be somewhat in character. I think I came to the realization that if I'm serious about doing this, which I very much want to be, it can't be because I expect to gain anything from this. The last video I uploaded really gave me a reality check, because for the first time in my life I was actually enjoying the whole process of making content. It wasn't even something I planned to record. There's about 2 hours of missing footage I couldn't edit in because it took me so long to realize I should actually be recording, and that the last hour afterwards got turned into a PowerPoint presentation. Thanks, OBS, for that. Hearing myself laugh as much as I was as I cut up clips really put into perspective how much my mindset towards content had really been hindering the entire experience. I feel as though that can be applied to anything you do in life. Despite your situation or however many excuses for yourself you can make, and trust me, I made a lot, it more often than not comes to your mindset, or at least it makes up half of the solution. And that very much applied to this. It took me so long to make my last proper upload, maybe even a month, despite it even having 2 people working on it, as opposed to the Squid Game one, which only took 3 days. I think what that really says is whatever I'm doing here, it can't be for commercial gain or that I expect to gain anything from it. Although it never really was. I'm very much a part of the second half of Gen Z, maybe even the third, where I feel if you ask most kids what they want to be when they grow up, they would just say like,
I want to be a YouTuber or a streamer.
now, despite the voice I may have given them, that is fully the category I fell under when making this channel. It's kind of funny, eh? Like, I feel more than any other job, content creators are the ones with the most publicly complaining about it, with how much you see them talk about burnout and imposter syndrome. Yet it's also the job most aspire to, at least in my generation. I mean, to be fair, for as long as I can remember, these were the people who I idolized for my entire childhood, and I guess subconsciously found myself wanting to replicate the lives I'd seen publicized on screens as long as I can remember, to the point where I genuinely cannot see myself living outside of an artistic or creative field. I don't just mean YouTube either. I've dabbled in filmmaking courses and have also committed myself to music for quite a few years now. But at the same time, I feel as though this is the best outlet for me to inject as much of myself into what I create in a way. At least in a way I'm satisfied with. Just treating this more as like a time capsule for myself to look back on, rather than a cookie clicker number obsession. It would open up so much of my mind to turn this into something I'm actually happy with. Okay, now for the title of the video. I was on a walk like an hour ago when it really hit me that in a little over a year from now, I will be 2 whole decades old. The big 2-0. I mean, realistically, it's just another year, but that doesn't change how big it is in my head, especially with how much is emphasized on it. I think what really gets me is just wondering how much I actually have to show for all this time. Like, from the outside perspective, despite how much I do creatively, it's not like anyone would ever really know. If I go any further, I fear this will turn into just therapy. So I'll stop myself there, but TLDR, I'm posting this more of a reminder to myself what to work against in the coming months. And I'm praying this will lead to a channel revival. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.